A wonderful story for you now. A college football player had his career interrupted by the Vietnam War. But now, more than 40 years later, he is living the dream, hitting the books and pounding the gridiron with kids young enough to be his grandchildren.
Work. He has yet to play his first game, but Alan Moore is already in the record books. Suiting up for Alabama's Faulkner University. At 61, he's the oldest player in college history.
I don't even think I've had a coach that's quite that old.
He got on to me the first couple times we talked because I kept calling him yes, sir. He says, Coach, you're not supposed to call me yes, sir. I'm supposed to call you yes, sir.
For Moore, it's a dream long deferred. Back in 1968, Uncle Sam pulled him off the field and it sent him to fight in Vietnam. When he came home, he went to work. 3 kids, 5 grandchildren, and 42 years later, Moore still dreamed of kicking a football.
Alan came to us back in the spring. He said, my story is showing these kids that there's no reason to give up on your dreams and no reason not to continue trying to get your education.
Moore lives in the dorms, eats in the cafeteria, and attends class, proving he has the mind, the heart, and the foot to compete with players young enough to call him Grandpa.
And joining us now from Montgomery, Alabama is Alan Moore and Faulkner University head coach Gregg Baker. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Alan, let me begin with you. How you feeling being out there with all those young guys?
I'm feeling real good. It's really nice to be here with them. It's an honor to be out here with those guys.
A lot of people are asking the question, Alan, okay, 61 years old, why do this?
I don't know. I've been asked that question so many times. I think it's just because I could do it and I'm willing to do it and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy being around the kids. As
we said earlier, you fought in the Vietnam War, then you went to work. All these years, was this something you always thought about? You said to yourself, you know, someday I want to get back out there?
No, it wasn't a lifelong dream. It would just come up in a conversation at a football game in 2009.
All right, I got to ask you this. Do the kids have a nickname for you at all?
Yes, sir, but there's some of them I can't tell you, but they call me Pops.
They call you what, I'm sorry?
They call me Pops and Grandpa and Old Man and Old School and, you know, a lot of things like that.
And others you can't say, right? He's being nice. He's not going to say them, okay? Coach Baker, let me ask you, what did you think when you saw Alan say, I'm going to try out for the team?
Well, like everybody else at first, you know, you're kind of skeptical when a 61-year-old guy comes to talk to you about playing college football. But, you know, after Alan and I sat down and talked and he discussed and told me what his real reason for doing this was, then I was excited to have him on board.
Now, Coach, give me the depth chart here. Where is Alan on the depth chart, and how many guys did he beat out just to be on the team?
Well, right now we've got 4 guys returning from last year. Obviously, our number 1 kicker from last year is back, and Alan understands that. You know, I don't think his idea was to come in here and try to beat out anybody. It's more of a deal for Alan, I believe, where he's going to come in here and try to send a message to these kids. And the message is not for him to be the number 1 kicker, and I think he understands that. But you know, what he brings to this team, what he's going to bring to this team is a lot more important than where he's going to fall on the depth chart.
Alan, what can't you do at 61 that you could do at 21?
Well, I don't hear his question.
Alan, can you hear me? I'm wondering, you're 61 years old. What can't you do now that you could do 40 years ago on the football field?
Oh, I can't run a 440. That's pretty... I could probably run it between now and lunchtime, but I can't run it. I can't run a 440.
I understand. Okay, listen, Alan, I understand. You're going to do a field goal, kick a field goal for us right now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We're going to kick one for you.
Where
Thank
are you?
you.
What yard line are you on?
I think they're on the 20-yard line.
We're on the 15-yard line.
The 15-yard line. Okay. It's up.
Hey, we even made it, Coach.
I think that's good.
And it's good.
There you go. Awesome.
It's good.
Alan Moore and Gregg Baker, thank you both so much for joining us. Alan, you start working on the 440 right now. Lunchtime's a few hours away, right?
I'll work on it by the end of the season. I promise y'all I can do it by lunchtime.
All right, my friend.
I like that.
You take care.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice.